Symbian goes open source as Nokia buys out its partners. Hello, you're watching Telecom TV Newsdesk for the week ending Friday, June 27, 2008. This week, Nokia announced that it will buy the remaining 52% of shares that it doesn't own in Symbian. It will turn the mobile operating system firm into an open-source software foundation. The foundation is to be run by some of the world's largest mobile stakeholders.
We are actually here creating something which does not exist. It is about setting the industry's most technologically advanced platform free, almost like creating a magnet for application and service developers who I don't think anybody can really pass.
So if this foundation is meant to be so open, why will Nokia have full control over Symbian?
I think quite the reverse in terms of control. It is about probably the biggest ever open source contribution ever made on the planet, taking all of those software assets and making them freely available. So I think it is absolutely about releasing control into the hands of developers wherever they happen to be in the world.
So is the Symbian Foundation a response to Limo, the Linux Mobile Foundation, and Google's open source Android platform?
The Symbian Foundation creation is not a response to anything. The Symbian Foundation creation is really recognizing the need to, number one, unify the application frameworks and the UI around Symbian into one platform, and number two, as the challenge now resides in the creation of applications and services and innovation in user experience on top of these platforms, make sure that the platform is going to be available to more developers in the community. That's the principle of open source.
Well, I think comparisons are probably not appropriate, but I think if you're looking for a couple of things, then I would say 200 million users already out there in the marketplace, and a vibrant ecosystem that are actually making money from selling applications based on Symbian OS. We've yet to see anything from Android.
Is your mobile phone safe and secure? With the influx of mobile devices with internet connectivity, it won't be long before the same viruses that target PCs will attack smartphones. Security software company Symantec believes that all smartphone users are susceptible to cyber threats.
And the thing about the smartphones, one of the reasons why they're so smart is because they have high connectivity. For example, a smartphone will probably have a 3G connection. So again, a very high, capacity data connection. It would have Bluetooth. I think all of us have become used to Bluetooth on our mobile phones. Increasingly, they'll have Wi-Fi, so the ability for you then to connect onto a Wi-Fi network. And the other element they have is basically, again, the ability to have some removable media moved in and out of the device. And that tends to be with SD cards. So what you have there is a very small device, but it's highly connectable. And that then gives, the bad guys a number of different ways they can basically attack that smartphone and basically try and use it for their own means.
But there's no need for a smartphone scare just yet. Keeping things in perspective, the ratio of traditional PC viruses to smartphone threats is only 1,000 to 1.
In the last year, we probably detected about between 700 and 800 unique threats for the smartphone. We detected over 700,000 for the PC platform. But I mean, these 700 or 800 threats all in themselves, again, are pretty sophisticated threats that people need to be mindful of.
However, if you go to great lengths to protect your PC, shouldn't you do the same with your smartphone?
Just as most people have become used to now, deciding that they need some sort of security solution for their PC, really that same attention now needs to be given to their smartphone. Because a smartphone really is just a variation of your PC. By and large, a lot of the functionality you can do on your PC, you can now do on your smartphone. You protect your PC, so therefore, why would you not protect your smartphone is the kind of logic.
The entertainment and media industry will be worth over $2 trillion by 2012. And according to a new report from PricewaterhouseCoopers, companies hoping to drive growth over the next 5 years will need to focus on distribution.
None of this growth would be possible without distribution. And it's really the explosion in distribution that is helping the growth that we see. Two important areas there: broadband, the number of broadband households growing from around about 310 million today to somewhere in the region of 660 million in 2012. Alongside that, we also see an 8% compound growth in mobile subscriptions. Taking both of those two into account really explains why we're seeing the growth particularly in the digital arena.
And finally, inmates at a prison in Sao Paulo, Brazil, were busted for trafficking mobile phones and drugs by, get this, carrier pigeons. The feathery drug mules were bred and trained inside the jail by the prisoners. Officials were alerted to the bird heist when they saw pigeons struggling to fly from the roof of the prison, obviously weighed down by illegal goods. They quickly made the connection between the stressed birds and the sharp rise in mobile phone use. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Level 2.